Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to talk about an exciting topic that is making headlines these days, the space economy. As we explore deeper into space, the space economy is rapidly evolving and becoming an industry in itself. So, let's dive in and understand what the space economy is all about. The space economy refers to all the economic activities that occur in space or are related to space. This includes the production of goods and services, transportation, research and development, and other commercial activities that occur in space. Over the years, the space economy has expanded rapidly and it now encompasses a wide range of industries, including telecommunications, space tourism, and satellite manufacturing. One of the main drivers of the space economy is the use of satellites. Satellites are used for a variety of purposes, including communication, navigation, and observation. For example, communication satellites are used to transmit data and information across the world, while observation satellites are used to monitor weather patterns, study the Earth's atmosphere, and explore space. Another industry that has contributed significantly to the space economy is space tourism. As space travel becomes more accessible,
Companies such as
more and
Virgin
more
Galactic
people are
and Blue
interested
Origin
in
are
traveling
investing
to space
heavily
for
in this
leisure.
sector, and we can expect to see significant growth in this industry in the coming years. The space economy also has numerous benefits for the Earth based economy. For example, the development of new technologies and innovations for space exploration often leads to spin off technologies that can be used in other industries. Additionally, the space economy has created new jobs and employment opportunities for people around the world. In 2020, the Indian government approved the creation of InSpace, that is, Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, a new regulatory body that aims to provide a level playing field for private companies to participate in India's space program. InSpace is expected to promote innovation and research in the private sector while also ensuring the national security concerns are addressed. Another recent development in India's space policy is the launch of the Indian Data Relay Satellite System IDRSS project, which aims to provide continuous communication links between India's remote sensing and Earth observation satellites and ground stations. This is expected to improve the country's disaster management capabilities and enhance the accuracy of weather forecasting. Overall, India's space policy continues to prioritize self-reliance, technological innovation, and strategic partnerships with other countries. It is expected that the country will continue to focus on developing its space capabilities and exploring new frontiers in space in the years to come. The policy would clear the path for much needed clarity in space reforms and strengthen private industry participation to help the nation take advantage of the space economic opportunity. The Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, New Space India Limited, and Indian Space Research Organization are each assigned specific tasks and responsibility under this strategy. NSIL, which operates in a demand-driven style, will carry out strategic initiatives pertaining to the space sector. The channel between ISRO and non-governmental organizations will be InSpace. Research and development as well as the creation of new technologies and systems will be the main areas of concentration for ISRO. The New Space India Limited will take over the operational aspect of ISRO's missions. India is also now a signatory in the Artemis Accords, which means it is an effort to send humans to the moon again by 2025. Antrix, ISRO's commercial arm, handles commercial launches for satellites. It was incorporated as a company in 1992 and launches satellites for foreign governments and private companies. It charges for these launches from the 44 satellites for foreign countries that ISRO launched between January 2014 and December 2016. Antrix earned revenues of Rs 693 crore. This translates to an average price tag of Rs 15 crore for each satellite launch. And crucially, ISRO makes profits on these launches. Antrix's revenues and profits have been growing steadily over the years. Its turnover was Rs 884 crore in 2009 and 2010, and it ballooned to Rs 1924 crore in 2015 and 2016. Its profits have also kept pace, rising from Rs 108 crore in 2009 and 10 to Rs 209 crore in 2015 and 16. Its turnover has declined somewhat in the recent years to INR 709 crores in FY 2021 and INR 232 crores in FY 2022. It has, however, remained profitable. The list of countries for which India has launched satellites is also truly diverse. Antrix has launched 180 satellites for 23 countries. The US leads the list, but countries such as the United Kingdom, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Germany, Canada, and Algeria have made use of ISRO's services. Some of these satellites are for governments, while others, like the 88 Dove satellites, are sent by private companies. Antrix Davis Deal. In 2005, Antrix, a commercial and marketing arm of ISRO, had signed a satellite deal with Davis Multimedia. According to the contract, Antrix was to build and operate two satellites using the transponder capacities of those two satellites. Davis was to provide multimedia services to mobile subscribers in India. However, in 2011, the contract was terminated on the grounds that the deal included quid pro quo between Antrix officials and Davis. The controversial deal was cancelled later, and the decade-old-long legal battle between Antrix and Davis ended in the Supreme Court on Monday, January 1, 2022, which ordered the winding up of the startup. The decision also goes against the very rationale behind the creation of Antrix, to encourage private sector participation. This annulment led to three legal disputes: a commercial arbitration between Antrix and Davis Multimedia at the International Chambers of Commerce, and two bilateral investment treaty arbitrations brought by the Mauritius investors in Davis Multimedia under the India-Mauritius BIT, and by German company Deutsche Telekom under the India-Germany BIT. India lost all three disputes. The Antrix controversy has scared off risk-taking entrepreneurs from entering India's space industry. The real question is whether this controversy will hamstring India's efforts in getting private sector involvement in the fast-growing space industry. The scaring off of entrepreneurial ventures in the Indian space industry is even more unfortunate because India has a huge cost advantage, as Antrix offers to launch small satellites weighing less than 200 kg for less than $20 million, which is 15% and 30% cheaper than American and European launch services. ISRO's ambitious plans for the future will likely remain unfulfilled without private sector capital, technology, and entrepreneurial talent. The Antrix-Davis controversy is likely to have a lasting effect, especially for foreign investors in space ventures. Launching satellites is fast becoming a competitive industry. Several companies like SpaceX, Falcon 9, Russia's Proton ULA, and Arianespace are big names in space, and Jeff Bezos owned Blue Origin. But Antrix provides competitive rates. ISRO launches cost a third of SpaceX launches, and ISRO has become somewhat a specialist in launching smaller nanosatellites. ISRO's location helps keep costs low. Its Indian engineers earn a fraction of the salaries that engineers would command in foreign countries, and it helps that the company has the might of the Indian government behind it. SpaceX, a California-based startup owned by Elon Musk, launched a space capsule in 2010. NASA awarded SpaceX $1.6 billion in 2008, a contract to fly supply missions to the International Space Station as part of the Commercial Resupply Services program. With the financial future of the company on steadier ground, SpaceX set about making good on its promise of lowering the cost to launch. A SpaceX Falcon 1 orbited Earth for the first time on September 28, 2008. This paved the way for a 9-engine version of the rocket, the Falcon 9, the company's workhorse since its first launch in 2010. On May 11, 2018, SpaceX launched its first Block 5 Falcon 9 rocket, the final version designed to reused up to 100 times with periodic refurbishments. In 2020, we saw multiple Falcon 9 boosters launch and land up for the 7th time in their individual careers. On April 20, 2023, a prototype of SpaceX Starship was launched on its first orbital test flight, which the company dubbed the Starship Integrated Flight Test. India's space policy has evolved over several decades, and today India has a well-developed space program that is recognized globally. The policy is expected to pave the way for much-needed clarity in space reforms and encourage private industry participation in the space economy. The following is an analysis of India's space policy. Objectives. India's space policy is guided by the following objectives: to use space technology for national development and for the benefit of society, to establish India as a space power, to develop and maintain space capabilities for national security, to promote international cooperation in space activities, to carry out scientific research and exploration in space. Organization. India's space program is managed by the Indian Space Research Organization ISRO, which is a government agency responsible for the development of space technology and its application to various fields. ISRO is also responsible for launching satellites, developing launch vehicles, and carrying out scientific research. Key achievements. India's space program has achieved several milestones over the years, including launching the first satellite Aryabhata in 1975, launching the first successful lunar mission Chandrayaan-1 in 2008, launching the Mars Orbiter mission also known as Mangalyaan in 2014, developing the geosynchronous satellite launch vehicle for launching satellites into geostationary orbits, developing a constellation of remote sensing satellites for various applications such as agriculture, forestry, and disaster management. International cooperation. India has been actively involved in international cooperation in space activities. It has signed agreements with several countries, including the United States, Russia, France, and Japan, for cooperation in areas such as satellite launching, satellite data sharing, and space science research. Future plans. India's space policy focuses on the following areas for future development: developing a reusable launch vehicle, establishing a space station, launching a manned mission to space, developing advanced satellite technologies for communication, navigation, and Earth observation. What is the state of India's space industry right now? India's space industry is known around the world for producing affordable satellites, and now it is even launching foreign satellites into orbit. India continues to support the peaceful and civil use of space and oppose any militarization of space capabilities or programs as part of its commitment to the Geneva Conference on Disarmament. The sixth largest space organization in the world, ISRO, has a very high rate of success. India is the fifth largest country in the world in terms of the number of private space enterprises with over 400. Recent advancements in India's space industry include the establishment of the Defence Space Agency, which is backed by the Defence Space Research Organization and has the responsibility of developing weapons to degrade, disrupt, destroy, or deceive an adversary's space capability. Additionally, at the Gandhinagar Defence Expo 2022, the Indian Prime Minister launched the Defence Space Mission, expanding satellite manufacturing capabilities. India's satellite manufacturing opportunity will reach $3.2 billion by the year 2025. To encourage and nurture space research among young minds, ISRO launched its student outreach program called Samvad as its Bengaluru facility. The space industry does, however, face significant obstacles such as lack of regulations on commercialization that could result in monopolization, an increase in space debris from more expeditions, China's rapid growth in the space industry and potential weaponization, and the growing global trust deficit that fosters mistrust and the possibility of conflict. In conclusion, the space economy is a rapidly growing industry that has enormous potential for growth and development. With the use of satellites, space tourism, and other commercial activities, the space economy is poised to play a critical role in shaping the future of the world. So, whether you're interested in exploring the mysteries of space or simply curious about the impact of the space economy on our lives, it's definitely an industry worth keeping an eye on. India's space policy is focused on the use of space technology for national development and to establish India as a space power. With its achievements in the field of space technology and its plan for future development, India's space program is poised for continued growth and success. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.